Hey, brother. First of all, thank you so much for sending your videos in. Really love those. Definitely got some stuff to work on. But first and foremost, I want to give you a little bit more direction with how to set up the camera so you can record yourself in the future. So, one, we need to use kind of the slow motion feature on the phone, if possible. And two, how do we align this thing, right? So, notice that I kind of drew two lines in the ground. Target line where the ball sits, toe line where my toes are. The camera is going to be kind of on our hand lines. It's going to be in between the ball and our feet. Okay, you're going to have the camera set up too far, like out on the target line, so the angle of the camera looking back at us kind of can skew a little bit of the video. But I've seen so many freaking videos. I don't really care about the angle. I can see exactly what's going on, but I want you to have a very consistent perspective when we talk about things in the future, or maybe if you see a video of a different golfer and things start to look different, you'll understand it's the angle. So in the future, let's try to get a kind of on the hand line, and if possible, about elbow or sternum height off the ground. But other than that, looks pretty good. So the $29 video swing analysis is kind of just a basic rundown of the pattern and some of the basic kind of low-hanging fruit that we want to work on, right? So in your pattern, the setup, the grip, that stuff like looked relatively decent. Some of the main problems that I was seeing is lots of kind of loss of our incline to the ground and our levels as we're swinging and turning, and that really comes from kind of the rate of our rotation versus our left bend versus our spinal extension. The ratios of those sort of 3D movements are out of whack. They're happening too much, too fast relative to the other movements. And to kind of smooth that stuff out, we really want to start working on, the rate of those movements and paying much more attention to sort of this space that we have between us and the ball, and try not to violate it by sort of dipping into it too far, or coming up out of it, because then we have to do some weird shit in downswing to sort of make that work, right? Head on a door frame or something, arms kind of under you, nice and straight, kind of holding the club like this, like a barbell or something, and you usually start turning your shoulders kind of on an incline, trying to keep, again, my spacing, the space between my nose and the ball relatively consistent. That's one of the things like I pay attention to. It's easy for me to do. Put your head up on a door frame and kind of give you a stable reference, and practice the rate of those movements. And you'll notice that if how much you're extending, standing up, if you're overturning, you'll notice that your head will start moving a lot. And when it comes to hitting a golf ball, the most important thing is being able to control where we hit the ground over and over and over. Okay, so if the center of our swing is transitioning all over the place, right, it's going to be very chaotic to start controlling the delivery of this club and the direction it's pointed and all these other things. Okay, so not to get too much in depth there, but one of the main things that I saw with the movement was just kind of this overturning and standing up thing. So let's kind of get the head in a door frame or on some sort of noodle or something here, and just start working on kind of keeping that a little bit more stable back and through, maintaining sort of our incline to the ground. Okay. Second piece, and not that I necessarily want you to work on this all day, or all at the same time, but sort of in the backswing, you did kind of an okay job of keeping sort of the face down where we needed to be. But from here to the second part of the top, you start twisting this thing really open, and then as you start transitioning down, right, the face is so open, then you have a lot of hand action to try to close it, and that's kind of a problem because face starts closed, second part of the backswing it opens a lot, and then you spend the rest of the downswing trying to close it, which really shuts off all your body movements and stuff. And again, this is a little bit of a deeper conversation and explanation on how to kind of fix this stuff, but I wanted to kind of point this stuff out in the video so that you saw it, and then you'd be more prepped for what we'll go over when I see you soon. Okay, so for now, the main things with why the face is opening is mainly because of your wrist as you're going up. We want to see a lot of right wrist extended back, right? and less of what we call radial or kind of hinging of the glove. We want to see less of this angle. We want it a little wider, a little flatter, a little bit more right wrist bending back. You'll notice what that does to the club face. Oh my gosh, it's kind of like what we had in the backswing. So if we don't undo this at the second part here, okay, then we'll have an easier time coordinating this downswing. But again, if you do a better job of keeping it closed in transition, but you still have that release thing that you do because of the open face, the ball's gonna go left to left to left to left, which is actually a good sign at first, but you really have to change the face before the path can start changing. So that's the basic breakdown right now. There is a lot more to go over. We'll go over it when I see you in person. But for right now, I think sort of the lowest hanging fruit, right, is, again, head in the door frame, controlling your distance from the ground, trying to maintain sort of this general incline to the ground as you turn back and turn through, and just kind of working on the smoothness and the amounts of all of those things for now. And one other small thing, scratch a line on the ground, and as you're working on those movements, nice and controlled, I want you practicing releasing the club and hitting the ground in front of that line over and over and over. So control where you hit the ground, control the lateral and the up and down movement of the body motions, do the wrists a little bit better, and we are well on our way. Okay? Thank you, sir. Sorry, I know that was a lot of explanation. Like I said, this is much more of an education than it is a technical, guidelines, specification, detailed list of exactly everything to do all at the same time. The better you understand what to try to do, the more efficient all the energy you're going to put into it in the future will be. The more the better the outcome will be with much less effort and time and energy put into it, because you are working on higher quality things in a higher quality fashion with much more feedback. So anyway, see you soon, bud. Thank you so much, and talk soon.